Hello guys and welcome to my latest video. In today's video you're gonna see how to make Counter-Strike 1.6 maps with Valve Hammer Editor, but specifically porting as accurate as possible Quake 1 maps into Counter-Strike. So this is not gonna be a tutorial on how to use Valve Hammer Editor, but it's gonna be pretty advanced. If you don't know how to use the program itself, which is this one is used to make, Quake 1 maps and as well as Counter-Strike maps. Just wait until my future videos where I'm going to teach you actually how to use this program. But this video is going to be specifically how to port Quake 1 maps into Counter-Strike. So I'm going to go through all the procedure from 0 to 100%. So and I'm going to teach you how to do this. So as you can see, I'm a pretty experienced. I mean, I'm not a guru by any means of this subject of mapping, but I have a pretty good experience in making Counter-Strike maps. As you can see, this is my webpage of my Counter-Strike section in my webpage, and here are all my maps, all the maps that I did. Aim 3D Wolf, D3 Pussy, Dynamic, Aims SG Fire, Aim SS, D Noir. Also, these are the latest maps that I made a couple of weeks ago. It's D World Trade Center, Aim Daytona, and 5 Wave Runner. And this also is a very old map that I made for Counter-Strike Go, but all these maps are for Counter-Strike 1.6. So as you can see, I have quite experience with making Counter-Strike maps. So now I'm going to teach you this little nice tutorial. So let's say you are playing Quake XDM5. So let's say you're playing Quake. We're gonna open Quake here. So let's say you're playing Quake and you like this map. This is a multiplayer map for Quake 1. It's pretty old, but as you can see, it looks pretty nice. I already selected some cool Quake 1 maps. So let's say you like this map and you can imagine this map playing in Counter-Strike with different textures, different type of gameplay, but essentially the overall map design, overall map structure, pretty much the same as these. As you can see, it's a pretty nice map. It has a lot of corridors, a lot of open areas to shoot yourself with our players. So we're gonna try to port this map into Counter-Strike. So we're gonna quit. We're gonna close the Quake game, and we're gonna identify the map itself. This time around, the map was EXDM5. In order to do so, we're gonna open the Quake location where you have the Quake game. You'll have all the sort of mods depending on your on your game installation and how many mods you installed. But the root folder, the original folder of the game is 81, and obviously I already downloaded map from internet, and here I have all maps saved in the maps folder. So once you locate the BSP map file, this is gonna be, I'm gonna throw here in the desktop. We're gonna first convert it into map format, because just BSP format, we can't really edit that format. If you want to try to open it with Valve Hammer, as you can see, only two file formats that it accepts is RMF and map format. So we're going to convert that BSP with this program, which is called WinBSPC. This version is gonna be 1.4. We're going to open here and go to File, Convert, and we're going to select the map itself, and we're going to click in Map, and we're going to browse the distraction destination, which is going to be desktop. So we're going to go in OK. This is going to be converted, and here you'll have this. We can just delete it, and we have the map format. So next, what you want to do is, obviously, if you open this just from the let-go, if we just open the hammer, with this hammer, we're gonna open the map. The map is gonna be missing a lot of textures. Basically, it's gonna be in white. everything is going to be white and missing all the textures. So what you're going to do is also extract the textures that are used in this map into your into a WAD file. As you can see, if you know that WAD files here are all textures. So we're going to open this Wally, which is a very nice program to make these WAD files. Inside the WAD files, you'll find all sorts of textures. This is my already made WAD file, but if you don't want, if you don't have any WAD file, we're going to go to the Counter-Strike folder or whatever. We're going to locate whatever WAD file you already have. I already have this WAD, but you can choose whatever WAD you have for Counter-Strike. The important thing is that Wally recognized the WAD file as a Half-Life format. So as you can see here, if you go save it, the format of this WAD is already converted into Half-Life package. But if you take a WAD file from a Quake game, it's going to be obviously in Quake format. So you want to have a WAD file that is in Half-Life format. So this WAD file is obviously in a Half-Life format. But we're going to extract the WAD file from this Quake map. So we're going to go here in Eric Tools. We're going to open this. We're going to place the BSP map here. We're going to make a copy and place it here. You can obviously download this tool from the internet, and we're gonna open a CMD here real quick. We're just gonna open the CMD. We're gonna navigate to this folder. In order to do that, we just copy the address, and we are already in the folder. So now we're gonna go how to use this program to extract the WAD files. Is very simple. I already made a notepad here, so I don't have to retype everything again. Essentially what you want to do is just type BSP util space line extract line textures space and the name of the map. With this time around it's gonna be EXDM5. So now once you see here that it's writing what it's done, so we just close this. We're going to go to the Eric Tools folder again, and we're going to go to bin, and here you will locate the WAD file that we just extracted. So now we're going to open this WAD file with Wally that we just got from the map, and here you can see all the textures that are being used for the map. What you want to do is just delete this. As you can see, if you're going to go to rename, there's no such texture with this hyphen apostrophe. So we're gonna delete every single textures that have that sign. So you have all the textures with lacking with that. So now we have all the textures. All right. We're gonna we're gonna extract these textures inside a new folder here. We're gonna create a new folder. We're gonna go and select all these textures with Shift. So all the textures are selected. We're going to right click on them, and we're going to go in export, and we're going to export it into the new folder that we just created. Actually, yeah. So here we can close this. Here we got the folder. We can delete the WAD file here. We already have extracted all these textures, and we have it in BMP format. So now we're going to mix it with whatever WAD file of Counter-Strike you just took earlier. So I just told you in the beginning of the video that I already had a WAD file in Half-Life format. Sorry if I'm going to demonstrate that the WAD file that we just extracted from the Quake map was actually a Quake format. As you can see, it's Quake 1 package. This WAD file type, you can't really use it in Half-Life, so we had to convert it into Half-Life format. So that's why we're doing this. So we're going to open Wally once again. We're going to place whatever WAD file you have with a Half-Life format. As you can see, it was Half-Life format. And we can actually delete all these textures that are already in our WAD, because we're going to just use the WAD file, the textures from the WAD file, the original WAD file. But you can also import it like this. Just drag it, replace the image when it's prompted. Okay, so now we're going to save it, and we're going to have this Quake WAD now with all the textures implemented. So we're going to copy this because I have my Valhammer editor here configured. I'm going to override. Don't worry guys, in my next videos I'm going to teach you how to configure Valhammer and how to make maps, but once I have the map, the WAD inside the Valhammer folder, what you're gonna do is just delete this BSP, delete the folder here. We're gonna have just the map file. We're gonna open now Hammer. We're gonna open the map, and a whole bunch of errors are gonna show up because obviously this map was aimed only for Quake 1, not for Half-Life, not for Counter-Strike. So it's normal to have a lot of errors, a lot of solid problems. Here you can see the map is already textured, so we made a good job with the WAD files. But the problem is that there are a lot of problems. There are a lot of errors in the map. So we're gonna type Alt P. So this little window shows up, and it's gonna tell you, it's gonna show you a lot of errors that this map already has. So basically, what you wanna do is just select whatever errors you wanna solve, essentially everything, and just click in Fix All. Now we're gonna open again this sheet. We're gonna do the same, Fix All, and we're gonna do this until these little check map problems is completely empty. So we're gonna Fix All. And now no errors were found, but this is not the final step because obviously there's still gonna be a lot of errors. We're gonna click on OK. We're gonna save it, and now we're gonna try to compile it. Obviously, the compiler is gonna give us a lot of errors, so we're gonna solve them. We're gonna go here. We're gonna open the compiler. It's already configured, as you can see in the CSG. The Quake WAD is added. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna select our map here, and we're going to try to compile it. Obviously, look at all these errors. There are a lot of errors. We're going to solve them one by one. So we're going to identify these brush problems. All these are the problems that we have currently. So we're going to go and minimize this crap. We're going to open once again Valhammer. We're going to open the map that we're trying to port here. We're going to do the same once again, the Alt P. No errors, so that's fine. So we're gonna go now and solve these brush problems. We're gonna go here into map. We're gonna go to brush number, and we're gonna identify each single brush that is giving us the problem. So for instance, we're gonna go 675 here, 675. We're gonna go to OK, and here we're gonna just press delete. We're gonna delete that brush. So obviously, next time we compile the map, these little errors is gonna be banished. So we're gonna do the same for all every single brush problems. So we're gonna do this. Alright, so now we're gonna try and compile it once again. Probably a lot of errors are gonna still show up. The trick about this is that you just have to do this until you don't have any errors. Okay, so we were successful. No, we still have errors. Let's gonna try and solve it. We got a leaking problem. Obviously, I forgot to to make a box. This was my error. So now, once you have solved all the brush problems, what you're gonna do is just put all the map inside your box, inside your skybox. Alright, now we're gonna make it hollow as always, and we're gonna put the sky. Don't worry about these details because you will learn about them in my next videos. you're gonna make hollow this brush, so it's hollow, as you can see. Alright, now we're gonna save it and see if it works. Alright, so we obviously have the VSP produced, so we successfully managed to make a VSP for Counter-Strike. We're gonna test it out now and see how it plays. Probably it has a lot of bugs, but those bugs you will have to, solve them one by one manually. But basically the important thing is that the overall map is already working. Okay, let's try EXDM5. Alright, so as you can see, it's looking pretty good to me. It's looking pretty nice. It's basically, the original Quake map that we just saw in the beginning of the video playing in the Quake engine, and now we're playing it in the actual Half-Life engine, the Gold Source engine. You'll notice that a lot of brushes are missing here. For example, in this stair, there's one step that it's missing probably, and a lot of stuff will be missed, but don't worry about that, because it's obviously those brushes that are missing were probably eliminated when we just did the porting procedure, by selecting all the errors and fixing them all. So what you have to do is just make a lot of testing, a lot of gameplay testing, and see which brushes are missing. If they are important. If they're not important, just don't worry and don't put in again, or make your own modifications. But just expect that a lot of brushes are gonna be missing, so that's not a huge deal. And as you can see, the illumination is pretty good, and the overall map, it basically 99% of the map is still present and it was conserved. So I hope you like this tutorial. I know it's pretty advanced, and if you don't know, and if you don't have any idea on how to manage this program, it's gonna be complicated. It's gonna be very complex just to look at it. But if you wish to learn how to make how to make maps, from zero, you can wait for my future videos, which I will probably make tutorials on how to make Counter-Strike maps. But for now, this is gonna be the first tutorial. So I hope you liked the video. Make sure to go to my webpage, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you next time. Bye.